Hello, welcome back to the library. Let's do some variant hunting. Now, in full disclosure, the main star of this event never showed. I didn't realize it had been 2 weeks already since I purchased it offline and or online. And instead of holding back this video, I'm just gonna wait for it to arrive or purchase another one, and we'll go from there. But that said, our 4 guests of honor today are still really cool. First and foremost is Nanotek Warrior. Now, besides being a really cool, like literally on the rail type shooter, kind of like Tempest, this one is a ring hub variant. And what I mean by that is most copies of Nanotek Warrior, the hub ring right here is actually 2 rings. There'd be one larger one and then one smaller one and then the hub. There are a couple of cases in the PlayStation library, like with this and Tekken 2 and one other one who I can't remember right now, where the single ring is really, really hard to find. This was only the second copy I've seen in 6 months of hunting. The other one was a disc-only copy. And I think I brought this up in the Tekken 2 video. The only thing I can think of as to why it's so hard to find this single ring is I think Sony might have actually introduced a new machine to their other printmaking machines where all the other ones were, say, the double ring, and then this one was a single ring next to it. That way, like for every 5 discs made, 4 would be, throwing out numbers there, would be the double ring and 1 would be the single ring. Like Tekken 2, and the other game I wish I could remember right now, a lot of the single rings are also like almost always disc only. So it's not clear if they would have been like from X rentals or they just, got out into the world via wholesalers who didn't care about the rest of the packaging. Like, I don't understand. It's really weird. I've been trying to research it more, but having no real luck on it. Our next variant is Risk, and I really don't understand how I missed this one all these years. If you look at the scan on Game-Rave.com or PlayStationLibrary.com, it's of like a purple magenta disc. They have a big red one, nice and bright, so it matches the logo. I don't know if there's any difference on the discs. I haven't had a chance to run them through Redump's program, but if it's gone this long and no one's really said anything, I'm sure there's nothing with it. Our last 2 variants for this episode are really peculiar. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Now, if you're a longtime reader of Game-Rave, you know this has just a ton of problems with the printer cutting off Muska's name up here. There was a greatest hits issue. There was a black label variant where they added a couple little bits of extra pieces of information. With this one, that took me 4 tries to get the right copy off of eBay because people kept using stock photos even though they didn't look like stock photos, is because of this guy right here. Why will this not focus? So, if this isn't the show, let's throw it in post. As you can see, the barcode doesn't drop down around the numbers. This is a barcode designed to, I believe, be either like on the security label or on the shipping carton. So that would not scan. They ended up fixing it eventually. I don't know where this would fall in the releases. I would imagine it's the first one, maybe. I might have to redump this one too, just to see if there's any date changes in the program software. But it's not that this one is hard to find. It's just that literally people keep shipping me the wrong one. So if you see it, grab it. It's fun. Our last variant actually started off as a question on Reddit. And a Reddit user, to his credit, I don't know if he's misremembering or if he might be having a Mandela effect where or if he's placing like Frogger in place of another game that might have had it. But the final game in today's episode deals with Frogger. And the Reddit user said that he couldn't figure out why he couldn't unlock the original arcade Frogger after beating this game. And most people in the response thing, we're like, well, it's not on there. You know, it was never part of there to begin with. And there is a lot of confusion for two reasons. One, Frogger's opening movie clip shows the original arcade Frogger. And in trying to research and help the poor guy, I discovered an issue of a gaming magazine that in a preview said you could play the original by finishing the game and getting it to play. However, I think it's the entire dev process of Frogger has been archived on hiddenpalace.org. And even the cutting room floor has like almost everything mapped out. If the cutting room floor couldn't find the arcade game on that disc, I don't think it's on there. I honestly truly believe that he is thinking of a different game and not Frogger. Now, where it gets really confusing is I had a bunch of people say, well, he might be talking about Frogger 2. And I looked into Frogger 2. And Frogger 2 in the main menu has Arcade Frogger locked. The problem is when you unlock it, it's not the arcade game. It's just the story mode levels now playable whenever you want. So annoying. But in doing all that research, I discovered some fun. The copy I have already is this crazy bright orange copy, really like pastel tongue color. And then the important part is the text, the copyright text. See how long that row of text is? When I was trying to figure out if maybe there was a different copy that had Frogger on it, I found this guy. Much more shiny, much more muted, and if you pay attention to the copyright text, it's cut in half at the end. Not as if it's missing text, there's just not as much information provided, which means something happened between these two copies of the game. I don't know if it was just the copyright issue with Konami, but I am going to redump these as well and try and figure out if perchance Frogger's hiding on there. There are quite a few copies on redump already cataloged, so I highly doubt I just kicked the camera, don't worry about it. To do the thing, but I honestly haven't had a lot of time behind the scenes due to other stuff going on. But yeah, missing Frogger arcade game. Don't know where it is. Risks color issues. And then our missing guest of honor is going to be a sort of reprint because they had to censor out or remove a corporate logo. What that corporate logo is, I don't know, but that one I'm going to have to actually play to figure out where it is so I can show you guys what to look for. But yeah, more shopping. I've actually been cutting back a little bit. In fact, I've been selling off a lot of my non-PlayStation 1 collection just because A, I need the room. B, I have life things that need doing, like getting a new car and so forth. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Like I said, I'll likely follow up with this after the video and post my findings on Discord and Patreon, which is always, even if you're a free member, all the info is unlocked. There's nothing hidden to worry about. Jump on for free if you like. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, I'll see you down below. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.